scouting report for week 6 of the high school football season. I'm Brad Locke, assistant sports editor of the Northeast Mississippi Daily Journal. Well, we've only got a few unbeaten teams left about halfway through the season, but one of those teams is Okolona. The Chieftains are 5-0, and they're also 5-0 in Region 1-1A play. Got a game coming up against Pontotoc this week out of division. Got with us today Coach Ken Byers, his first year at Okolona, which is ranked number 2 in the Daily Journal small school rankings, by the way. Coach, I don't know what you expected coming in here this first year, but 5-0 has got to be pretty good for you.
Well, yeah, I didn't expect that. Like I tell people, we take it one day at a time, and things turn out the way they turn out, and they just happen to turn out 5-0 right now going into week 6 right here.
Well, Coach, not too surprising, just because you've got a pretty good coaching background. Now, this is your first head coaching job, but Coach Byers has coached at places like West Bolivar. He started out at Hatley. He's also been to Moss Point, came from Mendenhall, was there the past 4 years?
Yes.
Right, and also had a previous stop at Okolona as an assistant. But his first head coaching job. Coach, can you tell me a little bit about your progress as a coach and all those places you went, how you think it prepared you?
Okay. Well, I started out as a graduate assistant actually at Delta State after playing a couple years of ball there at Delta State, and then actually a good friend of mine by the name of Chris Duncan, did a story on him, coach at Aberdeen.
Coach, yeah.
He offered my first job in high school at Hatley. He was the head coach at Hatley, and I told him I'd come help him, and that's what I did. And then we both ended up leaving there and going to West Bolivar together, working for another guy by the name of Henry Johnson. That's very successful there. And
y'all kind of helped turn that program back around.
Yeah, actually we did. Henry's been there ever since. It was his first year. It was our first year there, and yes, we had a good year that year. We made the first round of the playoffs, and they've been ever since. And of course, a contender this year. But Henry and Chris both taught me great things. Chris, being a firm Christian, really, he had knew how to talk to kids in the right way. So he taught me that. And of course, Henry's a big guy with hard work. You got to work hard to achieve anything, and I took those two things and tried to apply them in everything that I do today.
So, Coach, let's talk about the team a little bit. The offense, to start with them, got some good players on there. You got a quarterback, Corey Elgarth. You got Kentrell Ware at running back.
That's right.
Willie Grady at sometimes 3 quarterbacks. Let's talk about that offense and what they're capable of.
Well, Brad, we use multiple sets. Sometimes we'll be spread, and sometimes we'll be out. People call us a spread offense, but we try to 50% offense, 50% pass, 50% run, and guys like Garth. Garth is what I call a pure passer. He can run with the football, but he likes to sit back in the pocket and throw, and he does a good job with that for us. We use a couple more guys by the name of Zach Brooks and Kentrell Ware that can really do both. They can pass, and they're threats running the football. Willie Grady plays everywhere for us, mainly receiver, but he's played some tight end for us. He's played some running back. He's a threat. Anytime you get the ball in his hands, he's 3 big touchdown catches this year, 1 in overtime versus Vardaman that really put us over the top. And those guys are special to our offense, and they make it click. If we're clicking, it's mainly because of those guys. Plus, the guys up front, they got to get the job done too.
Yeah, I know Grady's a 3-sport athlete, I believe, and he also plays some defense for you. And talk about that defense, Coach. Y'all not giving up very many points this year. Y'all been tough to crack. I mean, you take, for example, that I think it was the Vardaman game. Y'all won 7-0 in overtime. Yes. So shut somebody out for that long, that says a lot. Well,
we had several stands there, and we have a mentality on defense that all 11 guys need to be around the football at all times. So, we run what I call a pressure 3, where we're sending folks after the football, and we're getting after the football every snap. And we've got some guys that are pretty good at that. Like you said, Willie Grady, he gets after the football. Another guy by the name of Justin Cherry, senior Mike linebacker for us, he gets after the football. Nose guard William Herron, he's tough to block. He gets after the football. We just try to get everybody around the football. And linebackers are doing a great job. Our D-line's doing a great job. Secondaries, hadn't given up many big plays. So basically we just get everybody the football. I try to swarm the football and don't let it get out of hand.
Well, defense can take you a long way, Coach. I know that's been a big part of this 5-0 start. This week, you will step out of division for your lone non-division game against Pontotoc. This is a 4A school coming to Okolona, which is a 1A school. So, at first glance, that would seem like a matchup. But we've seen Bruce, for example, beat a couple of much bigger schools, and Pontotoc, while improved, is still a team that's trying to find its direction. And y'all have gotten off to a strong start. So, kind of talk about this matchup. It's just really intriguing to me.
Well, Brad, you say they, off to a 2 and 3 start. But you look at 3 teams that has beaten them. You take Ripley 5-0. You take Tisch County 5-0. You take Shannon 5-0. So the teams that have beaten them have been good football teams. They're 5-0. So you're not looking at a slouch Pontotoc team. They're a very good football team. They're very well balanced. They can run well. They can throw the football well. They block well up front. Their defensive line comes off the football. They're just a well-rounded, good football team. And I hope for a great matchup. Like you said, it's a 1A, 4A matchup, which you rarely see. And
you didn't schedule it either, did you?
No, I didn't schedule that one, by the way. I didn't schedule it. I inherited the schedule, which I don't mind playing Pontotoc. Don't mind playing anybody, but.
Right.
But it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a good football game. I expect big things out of our defense, as I always do.
Right.
I expect for our offense to score when needed, and that's been the key all year. Play good defense, control the football, and do your best to score enough points to win.
Well, Okolona again taking on Pontotoc, trying to move to 6-0 on the season. Coach Ken Byers, again, we appreciate you joining us here on Northeast Mississippi Scouting Report. Be sure to check out the Daily Journal this weekend for all the high school football coverage you need, and late Friday night / Saturday morning, the Northeast Mississippi Rewind with myself and whoever